Hi, this is Belinda Calibriali, and this is Talking High Performance with Belle. So I'm making this podcast for people who want to live their best life, people who know that there's more in them, but they just don't know how to get it. So there's a gap, something's missing, I'm making it for them.
It's not the challenge that's holding you back. It's your mindset around it. Hi everyone, it's Belle here. Have you ever felt like challenges are holding you back? If so, I'm here to tell you today that it's not the actual challenge itself, but the mindset that you have around it that is the real reason holding you back. And today I'm going to share with you 6 steps that will help you overcome these challenges on both a personal and professional front. Challenges can quite often feel overwhelming, and they create obstacles and stop us from reaching our potential goals and dreams. But if we can shift our perspective, we can really transform our challenges into stepping stones towards success. And today I want to help you do just that by sharing with you a few reasons on how to shift your thinking. The first reason is to reflect on your why. Start by focusing on your mindset. So instead of seeing challenges as hurdles, reframe them as stepping stones towards your goals. Look at each challenge as a new opportunity to learn and grow. Look at what you can do differently, how you can shift your thinking. Maybe you need to be more flexible. Maybe you've been unrealistic in your expectations. So that's the first way. The second way is to break down tasks. Break down challenges into smaller and more actionable steps. If you have a large goal, then break them down. If you're going to write a book, think about, okay, the book is the end goal. What are the major milestones along the way? It might be creating a draft. It might be the first edit. It might be getting it checked. It might be re-editing again. And then under each of those main steps, create a list of what needs to be done with a deadline for getting that done. So yes, writing a book, for example, is a challenge, but if you break down each step, it doesn't seem as daunting and as overwhelming. So break down your challenge into smaller steps. And this could be whether you're going through a divorce. This could be whether you are looking at changing jobs, moving house, whatever it is, break down that challenge into more manageable steps. So that's part 2. The third way is to rekindle the vision. Often we find things are a challenge because we lose sight of what is the real reason that we went out and did this or wanted to do this in the first place. So rekindle the vision. What excited you about this challenge that you wanted to pursue it in the first place? You know, keeping the vision in mind helps you stay motivated. Where can you keep this vision? How often can you think about this vision? So when you go, okay, yes, this particular part or what I'm going through now is a challenge, but I'm doing it because this is the end result. Often that helps us to stay motivated in our endeavors and doesn't make things as hard as what they could initially seem. So that's part 3. Part 4 is come up with options. So there are multiple ways to tackle a challenge, and we need to be willing to come up with the options to go, okay, previously I would have done this and handled it this way. It might not work for this particular challenge. There are lots of options that I can come up with with each challenge that I face. So think about the challenge and go, okay, previously I would have gone this way. That might not serve me with this particular challenge. So I need to come up with different options that feel better, that will move me along and help me gain momentum when it comes to this particular challenge. And again, you can apply this on a personal and professional front. So that's reason number 4. So come up with options, or step number 4, come up with options when you're faced with a challenge into what can you do differently? What can you do better? Tip number 5 is to channel energy positively. So instead of complaining, acknowledge the difficulty you're facing. So in high performance, we call this honoring the struggle. So when something is hard, go, okay, it's hard. I can look at it this way and go, it's too hard. I can't do it. Other people can do it better. Or we can go, okay, these are common complaints that I could come up with. These are struggles that I could talk about and could whinge about, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to think about positive ways to move this forward. And that's the difference when we talk high performance living and when we talk normal living or comfortable living. A high performer will go, this is the struggle, this is the challenge, but I'm going to think about what I can do differently to move this forward. And then part 6 is to embrace the milestones along the way. So recognize what you've learned, recognize that at certain points in a challenge, we need to celebrate our success. We need to go, this was a challenge, but I've done, part 1. This was a challenge, I've done part 2, or I'm halfway there, and celebrate those milestones along the way where you've built some traction, where you've handled things differently, when you've done something that's challenging and you've come out on the other end. So whether it's personally or professionally, celebrating the milestones with yourself, with your family, with your team is really, really important. So thanks for joining me today. I hope you found this video helpful, or if you're listening on the podcast, I hope you found this helpful. I want you to remember today, it's never the challenge that's holding you back. It's your mindset around it. And when you can recognize that, you can feel empowered on a whole new level. So next time you encounter a challenge, I encourage you to lean in and think about one of those options and make a choice that's different to the one you would have made before. Whether it's reflecting on your why, breaking down the challenge into smaller tasks, rekindling the vision, channeling energy in a positive way, or celebrating the milestones, they all help you to overcome the challenge, because it's never the challenge that's actually holding you back, it's your mindset around it. So I hope you found this useful. Until next time, live a successful, purposeful, and fully charged life. Your coach, Belle.